So for those of you just tuning in looking to see the state of play in this tournament, this is the first of the semi-finals being played at Marina Ground here this morning. The second starting later on at 3 o'clock. Tries to work that off the toes, misses it, thinks about running through for a single, but the fielders converge and stop that. The second semi-final this afternoon will see the Goenka International School from Surat in India face the holders at Johannesburg Cricket Club Hope Village. So that's coming up at 3 o'clock, but for now it's an all-Indian encounter. Looking to be the first team to get. That's nicely played between Gully and Point for a single. For those of you not familiar with this ground, to our left is the marina, and behind that range of hills currently crested with cloud. Weather's been changeable these last few days. Rishabh. New bowler Rishabh, looking to continue the pressure on this opening pair from Montezuri. That just slips past the edge, but nothing on it. Shouts of encouragement from the fielders. Know the importance of this match. All of these teams looking to secure a place in that final, which will be held back at Masongi Beach tomorrow afternoon. And everyone's got their fingers crossed that the weather will hold out to enable that to be played. That's just rocked onto the back foot and dropped it down on his toes on the leg side. The players enjoyed a lovely evening yesterday of traditional song and dance held on by a local primary school. Speeches were made by the President of the Hellenic Cricket Federation, the Education Minister. Quite a few of the coaches joined in with the traditional dancing, which was an amusing sight. And very kindly were given some examples of local produce, kumquat fruit. Very kind of those schools involved to provide us with such great hospitality. Not easy conditions to bat this morning. As I've said, some rain in the air and there's some couple of damp patches on the outfield. Been seeing scores of between about 90 and 120 at this ground, so slightly more than we've been seeing at the Esplanada Square, where they, of course, have to use the rubber ball because of the vicinity of the parked vehicles. So I think, speaking to the coaches, the boys are quite pleased to be able to feel the ball on the bat. More used to that. So Rishabh again, that's been given a wide, just too far outside off stump. Just took a bit of pace off that ball. It's just worked out. It's found mid-wicket. There's no run. Some big gaps on the leg side here. No one on the square leg boundary. Long leg. But the rest of the fielders are up. So if the bowler strays on line at all, the batsmen have got a large area to hit into. And that's just played out to mid-off, no run. And that's the end of the over from Rashab. So quite an attacking field, just the third men and fine leg out, and we still have a slip in and we have a gully in too. That's a wide. Picturesque ground this, with the sea to our left and the range of mountains. That's just left outside off stump, but given a wide again, so these extras total is mounting. One of the features of this ground is a couple of old caravans parked by the side screen. Not sure that's the quarters for the groundsman. That's nicely played off the front foot, out towards cover. No run there. Lots of encouragement for the fielders, a Jane team. Looking to make a breakthrough. It's no ball. I think you can see us on screen now in the commentary position. It's nicely played, but straight to mid-on. Good technique. So still a slip and gully in place. He's had a flash at that outside off stump, hasn't made a connection. Gully would have been anticipating it coming down his throat for a minute there. Had Shubham made contact. Quite a big gap between point and cover. Probably what he was aiming for, but that's just defended down the pitch again. So difficult to tell what a good score will be today. There have been scores up to around 120, 130 on this ground, but the conditions, as I said, quite difficult for batting. A bit of cloud cover should help the ball to move in the air. That's a nice shot. That's beaten cover. Mid-offs after it. Pulls it back, come back for 2. Difficult to get full value for runs on the ground here. The grass does get a little long out towards the boundary, so it have to be a very well-timed shot to reach the boundary. That might encourage some of the batsmen to go the aerial route. Three overs gone, 16 for none. And umpire, Scottish umpire gives a wide. I've struggled to get their line and lengths right. I don't know how many extras that is so far. See if you can tighten the line up for this delivery. That's nicely played. Just waited, ran it off the face of the bat between backward point and third man, and Kuran goes through for a single, brings Shubham back onto strike. These two will be looking to rotate the strike and pounce on any bad balls, any loose deliveries. As I said, fours quite difficult on this ground due to the length of grass as you get out towards the boundary, which suggests that they'll have to get the majority of the runs in 1s, 2s and 3s, at the moment being helped along considerably by the extras total. Been a splattering of wides and no balls in every over so far. It's a half shout for LBW, but well forward and probably a thick edge onto the pad. Some wide balls, it just goes past outside leg at about hip height. That's another wide, similar to the previous delivery. And if he keeps this line up, we're going to have to move one of the slips from the offside to leg slip. Quite the tropical weather everyone was hoping for today. Overcast, light breeze coming in from the sea. That's a better line, just brings the batsman forward and just plays it defensively down the pitch. Just to introduce myself, Tim Brooks from England, cricket writer, commentator, ambassador for this tournament. Been commentating earlier in the week from Spionada Square, but we've moved over to the Marina Ground for these semi-finals. We're getting into the business end of this tournament. Joburg looking to retain their trophy. They'll be playing this afternoon at this ground. One of these two will be looking to secure their place in the final, which will be played tomorrow afternoon.
How many you want?
No, that's all right. Played out to mid-wicket, no run there. I think it's quite clear that these two Montezuri openers are looking to build and accumulate rather than get off to a flyer. Haven't seen any adventurous shots yet. Haven't chosen to go the airborne route. That's nicely played, just opened a face, gets it past slip. Think about coming back for two. Yep, he's called for it, that's good running. That was just nicely played, just waited for the ball to get close to him as it was under his eyes, just rolled the wrist, get the angle to get it between point and slip, and it came back for 2 runs. So a technically accomplished shot by Shubham. And because of the amount of extras being conceded by Jain at this point, there isn't really any pressure on the batsman to take any risks or be overly aggressive. Bowling change here. Gidish. See if he can have any more luck. They really will be desperate to get this break this opening partnership. We'll see if they do that. We'll see some jubilant scenes out there. High fives, pats on backs. So we've still got 2 slips in place. It's outside off, but deemed a legal delivery by the umpire. Full length delivery, just defended out under his nose by Kuran. Have a little look at the interval about where these boats have come from that are docked in the marina. A popular thing to do in Greece, of course, island hopping. It's cross-batted shot's been given it's a no ball as well. Gone out towards the boundaries, crossed the rope. For 4 runs. Was well played by Kuran there. Ball got a bit high on him, but he controlled it well, rolled his wrists, and just thumped it past square leg umpire. That's a good comeback from the bowler. Gidish. Just short of a good length. Got the batsman fencing at it. The slips will be concentrating, hoping it hits the edge. Snapple any chances. Played that through the slip cordon. Picked up by third man, just take a single. Quite a crabby in his stance, Karan. Just looks to crouch over the ball and open the blade. Can be a risky shot when there's slips in the vicinity, but controlled that one well. Gidish again. That's just a little bit leg-sidey and indeed given wide by the South African umpire. Just looked to flick that off his pads but didn't make contact. 23 for none in the 5th over. Good start. tactical advice being given by the scorers? It's a joke. Gidish in again. That's gone. That's been caught. Went for the cover drive, came off the outside edge, and well caught. And they did need that breakthrough. And that's the tall opener Shubham, who has gone to Gidish. And the first wicket down. Jain take their first victim. I think just looking to play that one through the covers, but struck the outside edge and was well caught at point.
Gurmeet Singh Sayan.
How do you spell it?
Gurmeet Singh Sayan.
Gurmeet. Okay. New batsman Gurmeet comes in to join Shubham. After that, first breakthrough for Jain. Just eyes lit up when he saw the width on offer. Always a risk when you're not to the pitch of delivery, driving on the up. Any lateral movement at all, you've got a chance of getting a thick edge, and that's what happened on that occasion. Good safe catch.
All the best. Take care, huh? Good boy. See
You
you.
have, yeah? Okay.
I'll see you to the count.
That's been given. Just a little tickle through to the keeper. And after a good opening stand, both openers fall in the space of two deliveries. So Shubham caught behind, and Jain claim their second wicket. The score at 30 for 2 off the beginning of the sixth over. So the new batsman is Pawan, comes in to join Gurmeet after the fall of the openers in consecutive deliveries. Positive start. Transfers his weight onto the front foot and defends. So scoreboard looking a bit different now after that, after those 2 wickets. Good to see the pendulum swinging in cricket matches, and that's what was happening there after a positive start. Bowling team, Jain struggling to find their lines and lengths, conceding quite a few wides and no balls, and then suddenly 2 wickets and all the fielders are on their toes, and a little bit of pressure switches onto the Montessori school. Montessori school is in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the largest school on a single campus, 48,000 students in the north of India, and have their own cricket stadium. actually hosting their own international schools tournament in December in Lucknow. So we'll have teams from both India and across the world. It's played out to the man just in front of point. So wide down the leg side, batsman trying to help it around the corner. Didn't catch up with it. Busy time for Greek cricket at the moment. The national team were training back at Masongi for European Division 3, which will be held in La Manga, Spain, late in May. That could be out, just stopped on him a bit, played out, caught at mid-wicket, and the batsman is stationary. Been told to go by the umpire. And 3 wickets in the blink of an eye. Just looked to turn it on the leg side, but the ball just held up and produced the catch. So Jane very much settled into their rhythm now after an unsteady start. They're taking wickets at regular intervals. I leave the new batsman. Fall of that 3rd wicket. Behind us in the commentary position is a rather pleasant looking croquet lawn. So popular place for sport down at the marina here in Corfu. It's a flashing square cut. Well, it would have been had he made contact. Some more circumspect shot this time, just defending it down the pitch. Six overs gone, 32 for 3. As you were saying, positive start by Montessori, which was helped by quite a few extras from Jane, but they've settled into their rhythm now and have now got 3 wickets in no time at all. Put pressure firmly back on the score from Lucknow. Went through quite close to the edge, bit of excitement in the slip cordon. See the score on your screens there. Dangerous shot, just reaching for it in front of his front pad. Just for a minute, gave a bit of interest to the man close catching there on the onside. Fell way short in the end. So just to recap on the tournament so far, we've had 3 groups, groups A, B and C, comprising of 4 teams each, 6 of those from India, 1 from Bulgaria, 2 from South Africa, 2 from Greece. And in the group stages, these teams playing here earned their right to play in the first semi-final. The winner of this game this morning will go into the final tomorrow, to be played at 3 o'clock at Masongi, and the loser will go into a second semi-final for another chance to reach the final. So we have a slip in place, you have a gully in place. And that's gone. Little edge on that. And it's another wicket down for Lucknow, who are struggling here to consolidate. Bowlers making the most of favourable bowling conditions, a little bit of cloud cover. Picking up those nicks. The wickets have been falling so quickly that the batsmen aren't ready. New batsman Vishal. So Vishal just preparing to take guard. Sorry, he's at the non-striker's end. Strangled LBW shout. The keeper seemed quite confident, but just down for a leg bite, and brings the new man Vishal on to strike. As you can imagine, it's an attacking field with Jain very much in the ascendancy after these clutch of wickets in the last few overs. We have a gully in place, we have a slip in place, point, cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket. Someone at deep backwards square. And third man. So wide down leg side. Bring you some bowling figures at the midway point of this innings. For now, we'll just focus on the action. The bowler just pulled up in his run up there, signalled dead ball. a good ball, just all he could do with that was defend it. Bowler picks up, and you can imagine the confidence streaming through these Jain players after those wickets have left. Montezuri in a delicate position at 33 for 4. They really do need this partnership to settle the nerves. He's gone for a big shot there. Just a big shot out on the leg side, just skewed off the face. And a good effort by the fielder down there. Deep backward square. Another leg side wide. If you want to contact us, if you're on social media, at Cricket Atlas, it'd be good to hear from you. If you've got any questions about the game, the tournament, Greek cricket generally. Another leg side wide, just struggling in this over to possibly control the movement. As it's swinging past the pads. Useful runs though for Montezuri, who have wickets have really slowed down their run rate, as you can imagine. So these extras very useful. It's left. That's a no ball. And a free hit. Just overstepped on the front line. And that's given a free hit. So this could be exciting delivery. Only get out. Can't get out bowled or caught. So got licence to hit through the ball. And we'll see where the batsman looks to target, possibly over mid-wicket. In the end, just comes off the pad, dribbles out on the leg side, no run. This is a long over, this one. How many balls so far in this over? How many has he bowled so far? This over. Two more, but how many bowled? Yeah. That's gone, I think. Yeah, that was a very, very strange decision by Montezuri. Yes, no, several times. In the end, went for an extremely risky single and was out by about 4 inches. So the coaches won't be happy with that. Taught very early on, needs to be clear communication. If you're going to go straight away. But unfortunately on that occasion, a lot of indecision mid-pitch. And with wickets flying at quite regular intervals, Montezuri's score did not need that kind of misunderstanding. It's a disappointing wicket to lose. We've got a dog lounging on the outfield, actually. I hadn't seen that. Just he's just behind mid-on. Trying to 41 for 4 off 8 overs, so 2 overs to go before the interval, at which point we will summarise what's happened so far, including giving you some bowling figures. We're trying to convince a dog to lead the outfield at the moment. It seems quite comfortable where he is. You can see there on your screen one of the volunteers is actually going the wrong way there. It's going the wrong way. And we might have a short delay here while K9 12th man is
The dog wants to participate.
possibly doesn't understand that there's a cricket match going on here.
You don't know the rules.
He's making a bit of a movement now. Chased by one of the volunteers here. One of the member of the women's or girls squads, I think. And that's good to see. Good work by the volunteers. And the match now resumes. That could be a wide. It is outside of stump. Sorry, excuse me. I lost track of the wickets in the excitement. It's actually 5 down. So 41 for 5 of 8 overs. And Montessori victims of their own indecision, really, in that last wicket. There was no need to go for that run. Good arm came in from the boundary and found the batsman 2 or 3 inches short. So that's a tentative. It could be a drop. I think that's a drop catch by the keeper. The slips were just about to celebrate, and the keeper is down on his haunches. It's a missed opportunity. Gully has consoled the keeper, but first slip isn't happy at all. Hands on his hips. Look at that from first slip. Not even a word of consolation. So a let off there for Montessori. Can they get to the mid-innings interval without having lost any further wickets? That'll be their objective. It's a strange shot. It's paddled around the corner to fine leg for a single. New batsman just taking his guard. The South African umpire. Just defended under his chin. Rolls out to point on the run. So wide. The keeper went for... was hoping the umpire would put his finger up for the wicket for a catch down the leg side, but actually the umpire stretched his arms out and gave a wide. Score moving slowly towards the 50 mark. The problem for Montessori is the wickets column.